Hi, my name is Crystal Reyes, and today I will be presenting on Julian Opie. He is a contemporary British artist. For those that don't know what contemporary art is, it is our 21st century art, an art that has a great culture and technological emphasis. Artists are influenced globally by society today, such as personal or cultural ideas, social critics, and open-mindedness. Julian Opie was born in 1958 in the city of London, England. It was an era where many things were taking place. It was the time of the post-war, and an era called baby boom, a time where teachers were strict and the three R's were very important. The three R's stood for reading, writing, and arithmetic, a time where poetry, science, and art were combined. Julian Opie was born to Norma and Roger Opie. Mrs. Opie was a schoolteacher. Mr. Opie was an economist. He was known for the money program during 1970s. At the beginning, Julian Opie thought art school was for losers. But Mrs. Opie's education and persistent influenced Julian to enroll and become educated in an art institute. Even though he was born in London, Julian Opie was raised in Oxford, England. Both cities are close in proximity within the country and have a monarch system, meaning they have a queen. In contrast to the US, we have a The top picture is where Julian Opie began art school, Chelsea School of Art in 1978. Chelsea's College of Art is situated in London. It has a variety of courses in art, beginning course fine arts, graphic, multi levels of design. A person can obtain up to their doctor's degree of art there. On the bottom picture is where Julian transferred. It is called the Goldsmiths School of Art, also situated in London. Goldsmiths University is known for a power of creativity and considered to be the close-knit community. The institution has a free public gallery called Goldsmith Center of Contemporary Art. Julian Smith graduated in 1982. During his college years, he had two major influences: Sir Michael Gregg, who is known for his work called The Oak Tree. Sir Michael Gregg fostered young British Julian Opie through his conceptual artwork. Richard Wentworth, British artist, also influenced Opie with his philosophy. The drawings presented here are the adventures of Tintin. The British contemporary artist Julian Opie was inspired by the famous Belgian artist known as Hergé. Hergé was the pen name used for the comic cartoonist. His real name was George Remy. Hergé wrote and created a series of 24 comic books called The Adventures of Tintin. This comic was considered to be the most popular in Europe in the 20th century. The style created by George Prosper Remy, called line clear or clear line. This means the lines are strong and all the same with shading effects. It eliminates shadows with a combination of cartoonish characters. This line clear style became very popular in the 30s. The creativity of Hergé and its popular comic book Adventures of Tintin. Julian Opie uses his style throughout his artwork. Julian Opie uses the button eyes or two dot, plus he uses the long and short lines for the mouth. The line clear style is said to be artistic variation, which artists in the 80s used to illustrate posters and LP covers. LP covers were used to store records. Records in the 80s were used as a record device of songs. In the 21st century, we use compact discs or iPods. However, the artists were able to make art contribution through this marketing idea of LP covers and their designs. Julian Opie uses various of elements that help him bring the artwork to life. His line clair style has been embedded to most of his designs and creativities. His humanistic approach is set by using geometrical or mathematical science behind the artwork. The subjects used in his portraits, sculptures, and art designs have been created to depict a human body or an animal shape. You can clearly see the picture presented on the top left, where he depicted a wall with silhouettes of human bodies, drawn with the thick black lines to define the bodies on the stucco wall. You can clearly see as if there was motion between the bodies, as if they were stuck on time while walking. The top picture to the right, he used a set of wooden blocks to create the sculptures. He used screen print on spray painted wooden blocks. The bottom left picture are silhouettes set up as animal signs, however, were cut out to create the familiarity of the animal shape. The bottom right picture is a painting created on a metal bridge connecting two buildings. Here, Mr. Opie depicted the silhouette of a female swimming among fishes and whales. He used shadows to focus on certain aspects of the human and animal shapes drawn. Mr. Opie doesn't use full details on his paintings or sculptures, but you can figure it out by the thickness of the lines. This next slide has the Leisen Gallery, and it was the first location where Julian Opie presented his exposition. And this was in 1983. The gallery is a contemporary art gallery. In the early 80s, he presented his sculptures and his paintings. He still continues to be a part of the 50 artists now within the 21st century that produce gallery expositions. The Leisen Gallery is located in London, and it was found in 1967. The top picture has a painting and a sculpture of dancers. The one that has the green in the back is the vinyl wooden stretcher. And its title is Eric and Sarah. And the other one is a sculpture, and it also has a name, and that is Ed and Mariela. The painting was created in 2010. This was in collaboration with the Royal Ballet. This presents the dancers performing, and it looks like they're frozen in time. The next picture in the bottom shows floating bodies, sculptures. They were presented in the Leisen Gallery in 2015. The figures were created by using acrylic, aluminum, vinyl, and fluorescent lights. The name of the sculpture is Christine Swimming and was created in 2008. Okay, this line contains portraits of Julian Opie. We can see that the design and the texture indicated for each picture, he emphasizes the thickness of the lines and the figures of the portraits. He uses tones such as black and white, light and dark, and like kind of tan tones, and brownish as well. You can also see that the light emphasizes certain parts of the portrait using clear light, color, darker colors on the shadows. The colors also contribute to the characteristic facial features. The top picture is Julian Opie himself. The picture is titled Verenoki Estate Agent, and he created this in 2001. The third picture is an actress, Anaí, and he created this one in 2010. Both of these portraits were created using vinyl on wooden stretcher. Both painters are ladies using earrings and when using a veil to cover her head. Overall, colors used were light colored and no shadows were presented. on the face. The last picture, his title is Joanna, and he created this, I believe, in 2014. This portrait was more defined by some tones and colors. Plus, he used the Moasic title to create the portrait. The lighting he created on the facial features the emotions on Joanna, affecting worried, dazed into her own world. It kind of looks like that. And then the shadows are dark colors, also defined more on the facial area. Julian Opie's breakthrough. Julian Opie had been able to explore and combine marketing ideas with his artwork. He designed the album for the popular British band called Blur. The design he created took full force and it boosted his popularity and his form of art. Using this type of style, Julian Opie has embedded his unique style to market in other areas. He's made bags, baby ounces, cups, and other sorts of things. His painting is worth about from $2,000 to $40,000, such as Analia, and the sculpture of Sarah dancing ranges from $1 million. Opie's use of technology. Using technology and multimedia, Opie has made another dimension of art within his same style, which is linear. He presented a pictorial language and echoing imaging in billboards, signs, structures, and sculptures. He uses computer animations, LED lights, sound to create the 3D effects. Yet, he still is doing his linear style. The first picture he presents a sculpture with LED lights. The second picture is multimedia display using LED lights, and that was shown in a show in Australia. The third is a display of motion, a person walking where he used sound and light.